Hi, this is Corey with Neurotic Knives. Got another Chris Reeves today, and this one I've been trying to get for a long time, and ended up getting on the secondary, brand new. Didn't want to do an unboxing. Sometimes I get knives and I just want to open them as soon as I get them, But so this one is, and I'm going to butcher the name, Umnumzaan. I'm just going to call it the Zaan. And bam, been waiting. You can't, there's a few things on this one. Been waiting to get one of these for years. Opportunity just never arose. I don't know why they don't. I'll get into that later. But yeah, got it. It is brand new. Took the lanyard off, of course. It's a few things with it. I've been carrying it for a few days. So just my first impressions on the knife. Looks as good as it does on anything else. Kind of wanted a glass blasted one, but beggars can't be choosers. I think that's how the saying goes. Anyway, so ended up trading a little more for it, which is fine with me. I don't mind doing that when it's something I really want. And people seem to hold on to these and I can understand why. They rarely come up in trade. When they drop, they usually have, seems like they might only have like 2 or 3. I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't make more of these. Honestly, you can find, what is that one then? Kosi. You can find these in the 31s all day long anymore. But for some reason these, you'll get a notification and you go there and they're gone. And I'm pretty quick on the draw, so to speak, when it comes to drops. It's just this one's been the elusive one that finally ended up getting. So first impressions on it, blade shape is awesome. I like how they kind of put a faux grind or fake faux grind, whatever you want to call it, like almost faux edge, I guess you would say, on the top. Didn't know that. It's got it's like the harpoon drop point. The milling on this, it just looks so good. And I don't know, I guess that's crosshatch, halfway crosshatch, whatever I don't know. But, and then the over travel stop, it's got the Chris Reeves logo on it, and it doesn't have the screw on the outside, which is, I don't know if I've ever had a knife that didn't have the screw going through there. So that looks good. Of course, got a standard clip, which is functional and works just fine for me. Ergo's on it. Not as good as the Cozy, but pretty good. A lot of people complain about this as far as, your lock bar, your lock bar being in the way, which it kind of is, but if you place your hand on it right, it's barely noticeable. What was I gonna say? This is, like I said, this is just first impressions. It came a little stiff. Guy I got it from never used it, and it showed that he never used it. And I can sometime I'll get it. You can reverse flick these things, which I did not know. I was hoping you could, but it's like muscle memory. Like, I can't do it now because it's harder to do on camera, I guess. Come on now. Come on now. Well, anyways, tears that up right there. It can be done. It's not the most comfortable reverse flick. God dang it. I can do it all day long. I get it on camera. I'm thinking too much. There we go. But yeah, the deep hollow grind, this one's an S45VN, which, if you follow the channel, it's my favorite knife steel as far as pocket knives go. The action is pretty darn good. You know, they say, oh, you're not supposed to flick these hard. You know, I don't get why. The only thing I've ever heard is it'll shake the pivot loose, which I haven't had an issue with that at all. Definitely the best looking. I would say this is the best looking out of all of them. I don't have the Sebenza here because I think that's just I hate the Sebenza. It's boring. I don't know. I'll get hate for that, but don't like the Sebenza. Which is odd, people will say, but is what it is. Thumb studs on this one. I hate the thumb studs on all Chris Reeves. This one is a little bit better. A lot better, not as pointy. Still not as comfortable as, you know, like a Hinder or just examples I got, the Demco. I mean, you can make thumb studs that are functional and comfortable. And I know they're not fidget toys, but, you know, change it up a little bit. I'm not going to harp on that issue too much just because I feel like I'm kicking a dead horse. The only other thing I noticed, and, you know, I've watched a couple videos on these, is the lock bar tension and this cutout. So this cutout, because everybody says it's, you know, it's sharp and everything like that. And I'm like, well, you know, they also said that about the Medford Slim Midi. And I have no issues with the Slim Midi. As far as lock bar cutout, could it be better? Yeah, but I could name something on every knife I own that could be better for the most part. But man, this thing tears into your thumb. Just kind of, you can just see it, that impression right there. So by no means is it a fidget knife. It's extremely smooth. It's got the glass breaker on there. I mean, you can also use that to, you know, if you're in something and you just jab that into somebody's side or ribs, that's gonna make them, I wouldn't say, it'll make them drop whatever they're doing. Full tie. Like I said, this one is, what is it, bead blasted or sand blasted. And that's all right. The only issue I have with that is, you know, it's a scratch magnet, but that's okay. You can always send it in, have it redone on a spa treatment. It came absolutely ridiculous sharp, so that's not an issue. It is, I believe it's a little longer than the Incozy and the Sebenza. Yeah, it's a little bit longer. These two guys, I think, have the same blade stock, aside from the, Sebenza's got a little thinner blade stock. I did want to get a weight on this guy because I don't know what this thing weighs. so weight on it, 4.9. I thought they were about 5. Maybe my scale's off. I think it's the same weight as, yeah, same weight as the Incosi. And but yeah, it's been a while since. I mean, I've offered up trade on ones I've seen in the past few years for well over. They're just, I don't understand why they don't make as many of these. You know, is it because, and they're not, you would think this would be more expensive than most of them due to the milling and, you know, completely different blade shape. You can't get this blade shape on any other Chris Reeve knives where you can get, you know, the Tonto on the other models and the Insingo. Is that what it's called? Insingo blade. I think that's what my Spenza was. If I'm pronouncing that right, correct me. But so first impressions, action's good. Aesthetics are extremely satisfying. Ergos, pretty damn good. Not as good as the Incosi, but pretty good. You got a good thumb ramp up here if you needed to go up higher. Jimping, it's kind of far back for me. You know, I don't hard use my knives to where I'd need such aggressive jimping, but it's nice to have it on there just in case, because hell, you never know. But kind of leave us as a shorter video. I'll do a full review, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, or my thoughts on it right now. I just negatives so far is, man, that pressure and that right there, and just because there's, you know, it's lockup is shit. It's almost 90%, I would say, on there. So when you press it, you gotta get it over pretty far. Man, that just digs right in there. But it's not a fidget toy. I love the aesthetics. I can't get over it. You know, extremely sharp. I love that noise. It's like music to my ears when I hear that on a knife. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm probably leaving some stuff out I'll get into once I do a full review on it. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a good one. Thanks.